Hi, this is Jason from Nerd Locker with a video review of Luke Cage Episode 2. Love the music. Picked up where it left off. Really enjoyed the Motown singer at the Harlem Paradise. Continuing to like Cottonmouth. The scene between him and his cousin, Black Mariah, is made for some interesting dialogue about whether it's important to be respected or to have power and money. So it was an interesting dialogue between the two of them that was interspliced with the henchmen going after Chico. And my complaint, I guess, about episode 2 is that the dialogue gets a bit clunky. It was a little clunky in episode 1, but you overlooked it. In episode 2, it was really getting in the way. There's a scene between Pops and Luke Cage where they're kind of, Pops is reminiscing, and he's, giving that sort of sage advice to Luke Cage, trying to get him to do the right thing. And it just kind of plods through it. Predictable, like Pops is gonna die. That the one henchman is gonna shoot up the whole place, even though Shades is saying it's not the right thing. And then even at the end, that Cottonmouth's gonna throw sorry, I don't know the henchman's name. Off of the roof. So that was predictable. But then the worst part about it is that afterwards he says to Shades, believe it or not, there's rules about this stuff. And it's like, you don't really need to say that. I don't get why that part of the dialogue is in there. He just showed it. Shades already knows that. He knew that there were rules. So it's that kind of stuff where it just gets in the way. The writing, I feel like they're trying too hard. But one thing that I did particularly care about this episode and didn't really mention about episode 1 was loved that Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man made an appearance in episode 1. And then in episode 2, there was some barbershop talk, and there were references to black writers, African-American writers, and I didn't know who they were, and I felt stupid, and so I had to look a little bit of it up. I'll probably watch the episode again and look up some more of them. But Kenyatta was a character that was written by this African-American author, and he was this black hero that led a revolt sort of similar to the Black Panthers. And then in the end of the episode, which is, it starts with this and then bookends it at the end, where Luke Cage is being held up by this man, this young black man, who uses the N-word against or towards him, and he says, nobody, doesn't matter how tired I am, nobody calls me that. And then he refers to another historical character that I didn't know about, that was the first American to die, really, in the American Revolution at the Boston Massacre, and his name was, see, I can't even remember. I mean, that's how bad our American history is. Crispus Attucks, I think that's who it was. And so he references that, and of course the parallel is to Pops, somebody who dies for what they believe in. And now you have a driven Luke Cage who's got nothing to lose, which, again, predictable, willing to forgive it, except for that the dialogue just got clunky in there. But anyway, back to what I was liking about that. Again, you have the use of the N-word here. And you have it with this young man who's holding up Luke Cage, and then if you watch my review of episode 1, I had stated that I thought Luke Cage wouldn't use it at all, but he uses it here, referring to what this young man has called him, and that he doesn't let anybody call him that, because again, that power, the power of that word as a demeaning, word, as I'm using it, at you to recall feelings of inferiority and to exercise my power over you. And Luke Cage is like, nobody's going to do that. And so it's a part of that whole, like, I've had enough of this. And so then when he uses the word back to this young man, I think it's part of that whole, idea of, I'm not going to take this anymore. And so, pull the trigger. Not sure if his using of the N-word back towards this young black man, not sure how I feel about that, or what I think the purpose of that was, other than to demonstrate his emotional anxiety and that he was fed up. So, I guess it works. Overall, not as impressed with episode 2 as I was with episode 1, so hoping it picks up and gets better. And obviously, I think from here on out, it's just going to be Luke Cage kind of bashing some heads. So I'm looking forward to it, really still enjoying the characters, and episode 3 will be coming your way pretty soon. Have a nerdy day, nerdy week, nerdy couple hours, however it is you're deciding to watch this series.